Hi everyone, I'm gonna mention the process of creating this great auto-playing slider and share some tips and tricks. We can easily browse and view the other slides with the navigation dots at the bottom, and we are informing the user about the duration of each slide with the progress bar at the bottom of the icon section. Let's start with the slider component. We have a slides component in it, which contains all of our slides, as the name suggests. Let's click Edit Component to see its details. And we can see, as we are using nested component structure to keep things flexible, it includes a slide component, which has two variants. Its first variant has the icon on the left, and its second variant has the icon on the right, which lets us easily switch in the slides component. And of course, it has all the elements that we need to change assigned to separate variables, as you see, text and the icon. Let's go back to slides component. In each variant, we switched the position of the icon just by changing the variant of the slide component, and of course change the icon and text using the variables that we set in the slide component. And in each slider component variant, we change the slide content just by changing the slides component variant. As you see, slides in the first slider variant has its variant set to 1, second variant has slides component set to its variant 2, and so on. And we also have slider navigation here, which has slider button as component that has active and default variants. After creating all slider variants, I started linking each navigation button to its target using the primary or the first slider variant, since that way the links are inherited in the other variants. Of course, also connecting the first variant to the first dot, as you can see in the interactions section. It might sound surprising, but the most challenging part was keeping the progress bar animation synced in each variant, since it needed to be restarted as soon as a variant is active. First, I tried creating a loop animation in the primary slider variant, since it's copied to all variants, which unfortunately failed whenever I clicked to change the active slide because of the synchronization being distorted. So I created a component for progress bar, as you can see in its component screen, which has a bar element that has a loop effect, and that makes it visible by entering the view from the left with a slide animation that has 3 seconds of duration, which is equal to the slide duration. Let's go back to slider component screen. As you see, I copied a brand new instance of progress bar component for each variant, since it seemed like the only way of restarting its loop animation whenever a new slide gets activated. It is a loop animation, but as I said, its slide animation takes 3 seconds. We see only one cycle of its loop animation, and that way it's perfectly synchronized with the slides. After all that behind the scenes tips and tricks, let's see our slider and how all that stuff creates a cohesive component altogether again. In addition to the nice autoplay with the navigation, and that not so easily synced progress bar, we are able to create this really nice slider component. That wraps up our tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on, check my other tutorials, and see you in the next one.